Yeah, I was over to my daughter's. Actually, I was staying with my daughter at this time. And my son's two youngest boys' mother came over. She had a young lady with her, so I asked her name, and she said it was Rabia. And I said, Rabia? I said, Ibrahim's daughter? She was a baby when I was over here last, and that's why I met Rabia.
It's a deep, deep birthday present. I just now meet the son of my favorite cousin when I was growing up. Just now meeting him today. I really understand who he is. I didn't know. And this cousin of mine, when I was little, he saw things like this, playing this drum inside of me, saw all my talent, and he protected me when I was little from bullies. I make this video in honor of the one I always call Poochie. When he found out anybody was messing with his little cousin Michael, he was a warrior, full of love though. He tried to help people, always was help people. And I'm sitting with his son, Wali Asad. You say what? This is deep. Let's get little pictures in my mind of seeing you and that doll together. Yeah. And she used to talk about me.
Mm-hmm.
That was my favorite auntie, man. I may not even show this video. It may just be for me. I like this. This is my video. It's me and Wali Asad's video. I see you. Oh, my father.
His name is Kasim.
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 You got my blood in him, don't you? You got my blood, don't you?
Yeah. Yes, he do.
Black as the night. Yeah, it's shining bright, man. Senegalese got a glow about their black. It's in their teeth, too.
Yeah.
Nobody but a mystic would understand what the hell we talking about.
It's folks.
Serene Afia, man. I see her. Taught me to laugh at life.
This is his name right here.
What's that? What's that? I don't know.
You don't know this thing?
I couldn't read your name. You're my man blind.
Okay, that's why I thought you was trying to read.
No, I'm trying to see the face.
Oh, the
Who's that? Who's that?
face. That's the little dude's father. My nephew's father. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can me and you get a picture together?
For the FBI.
They already got up.
Yeah, well, you only got mine.
I got all of it. Our cousins, man. Our first cousin.
Hell, they know it before we knew it.
I see that. Say after. Never mind. La ilaha illallah. Muhammad Rasulullah. Karim Rasul. What's wrong with you? Talk about you. What's wrong with you? Talk about you. This day is about my bloodline coming to visit with me. God did these things to send family. You don't think you have? They come from out of nowhere sometimes. Everything comes from out of nowhere. The more emptiness we experience, the more it can come. It don't come from you aggressively attacking it to get it. It comes when you don't want it. You only want the source of everything. Now, whatever you call it. Whatever it is you call it, whatever created you. Somebody created this computer, didn't it? Wow, you so stupid you don't think something created you. People might not understand it. People say Buddhism is a godless religion. It's one of the most misunderstood religions on the face of this earth. I don't practice it because it's a religion. My understanding of Buddhism is I practice it because it just makes good common sense. You really understand what Buddhism is. Not that it's a godless religion because he didn't say the word God. He didn't have to say the word God. If you practice his teachings, you will experience God without anybody saying anything. He never told anybody to worship him either. This is a long video. When you want instant coffee, you need to leave Sam in anyway. My cousin. God bless me today. Celebrate. It's my birthday week. And Satan don't want nobody to have no joy. If the scripture say, make a joyful noise unto the Lord. Yeah, this is like a TV broadcast today. It's a TV broadcast coming from the companions in the cave. That was in the cave in the Holy Quran with their dog. You know, my dog is here. He's at the entrance to the cave. He's out back. He's chasing another dog across the fence, this high fence he wants to get across because she's in heat. And she's with another kind of bulldog, and he's black, real black, and mine is white, and he's got an attitude because he's trying to get to her, and because he don't like what's going on over there. But I had Wali come visit me, and so I had to take him out somewhere, and I didn't want to lock him up, so I put him out in the backyard. So he's out there, he's jealous, he's really jealous of what's going on over there. So his heart was broke. My dog was heart broke. So I brought him inside, he was all upset, and I had to calm him down. I said, I know what happened to you. You know when out there got your heart broke. I said, you wanted her. And I said, she wants another dog. That's where they are. And I said, you have to understand that's what women do. They don't know what they have. She don't know what she has in you, you know. She doesn't understand that. And you have to understand that's what women do. I tried to talk to him. I calmed him down. He was all upset. He was all over him because he's like, telling me my heart is broken. She's like, with this other dude over here. She's got this black dude. He's over here in the yard, you know. And the neighbors are letting him stay in the yard. That's what he's telling me. Telepathically, he's talking to me in his own way. This dog talks. I'm telling you. You know? You know, I've been wanting to see my cousin for a long time. This tape is made for me. If somebody get blessed by it, alhamdulillah, let them get blessed by it. You know, took you through Iraq, brought you back home safe and sound. Marine Corps and the United States Army. You know, man, you done been through something, my brother. You my cousin. You my blood, man. So I said, man, there's something about, you know, all the scriptures tell us to witness the glory of God. I think, you know, the glory of God, man, it's just like what you've been talking about today. Strong iman jumping out of you today to me, man. You know, I wish I could have recorded that. You know, you just had to get a reflection off of how the light affected me in terms of the impact of the things that you said to me before I began this video. I mean, without you, I wouldn't exist. Without your father, I wouldn't. No, man, I wouldn't survive that. I'm telling you, because some of them bullies, man, they could beat me. You know, I knew this. And if I got a brick or something, they might kill me. And a couple of them, it was big, man. You know, one of them was really ugly too. It was nasty. You know, I told Poochie about him. He said, boy, he used to all come to me and he'd bow down and grab me. He said, ain't nothing gonna happen to you. I got you. He said, I got you, because he wasn't scared of nothing. He grew up on 11th and Senate, man. Anyway, wasn't nobody scared of shit down there. I mean, Roaches wasn't scared down there. Roaches wasn't even scared of light down there. You know what I mean? That was such a rough section, man, that our people grew up in, man. But, you know, he had a heart full of love. He was always trying to protect. If anybody was down, like I said, he was always trying to protect them and lift them up. And he would get on people that were down. You know, he was always trying to take up for people, man. And he wasn't scared enough. You know, he was a warrior and he was full of love. And he always lifted me. You know, and if I put something on Facebook, they'd put something on there about some love. You know, that family members that can cross over all the dumb stuff that exists in the bloodline and understand that it's about the moment of now. But they have to be enlightened. You know, Wali's enlightened. He's an enlightened man. He's always been an enlightened human being. Ever since I first met him, and then I found out he was my cousin. But I didn't know until today. That's why I'm making this video. This is for me. It's my celebration of my birthday. You know. Yeah, I turned 7-0. But I don't feel 7-0. I don't look 7-0. You know, my teeth may be getting like some 7-0 because nobody took me to the dentist when I was little. You know. Every 6 months, like some folk got taken on a regular basis. So it's not about my teeth having problems because I'm old. It's that my teeth ain't been taken care of. So, you know, I got my younger cousin with me. You know, that don't mean he's younger than me though. His soul is ancient. You know, he's got ancient soul. Ancient soul. It's strange. Well, you told me one time. You said you're gonna talk to many thousands. You told me you're gonna talk to thousands of people. That's what you said one day. You said this when we sitting down eating some. Let me calm down, man. I'm excited. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We was having some dinner somewhere. And you spoke those words to me long before I was aware of the internet. You know, there I sit talking to thousands of people. I'm not trying to talk to thousands of people. I'm just trying to be myself, you know, and share that with other people that might value from it, you know. I mean, this Islam and destroying people and carrying on. That's not my. I don't know what that is. I mean, that's what some interpret. I read the last thing Rasulullah wanted to do was pick up some physical arms and deal with people. Man, they was mad at him. Some of his Sahaba were upset with him really loud because he wouldn't fight. You know, peace of Allah, you know, he had to pick up arms. But the greatest armament is not an MR, it's not a shotgun, it's not none of that. Because I seen too many people that had them, as my brother was saying, they had them and they was fighting with them and they still was laying there beside their weapons dead. So that ain't really what keeps you alive in the first place. It's not even what's sustaining you. You're talking about, you know, somebody killed so and so, but if they killed them, it's because it was meant that they be killed. You know? or it couldn't happen. But it ain't in the hands of you either. He may come through you, but you're supposed to be living in a state of consciousness that whatever comes to you, you're able to deal with it as a warrior deals with it, because it's going to come, whatever it may be. And you're not in control of your next fart. Excuse my language. I went to Harvard, but I also grew up on 949 Udale Street, where you had to be a quick nick from up off your behind. You had to be on somebody's behind in order to survive over there. You know, it was rough. I mean, it was rough way back then, and it got terrible. Moved the people out there. When I was selling them, it was terrible. It was terrible. I went back to where I grew up, and I was determined. If I could not bring back the theology that Dr. Cox had taught me, called applied theology, if I couldn't apply it on the very street that I grew up on, then I didn't have no right to sit at the feet of such a great professor who put the meaning of applied theology in me. If I couldn't apply it on the streets where I grew up, and that's why I went back to Clifton Street. And I started selling. I didn't go take a job trying to work in no seminary. Then you come talking about you underqualified, and then you get a master's degree from Harvard, and you black. Then you talking about, well, Mr. Smith, you kind of got your credentials are quite extensive, and this might mean that, kind of overqualified is what they're really saying to you, because institutional racism is what it is. And it's terrible that we have to stop and deal in 2017 dealing with racial barriers and institutional racism at this late date. And you talking about going to Mars. And your ass hadn't even learned how to go down the block. When you sit up in the church and in the mosque talking that stuff about love your neighbor as you love yourself, and you interpret that as being only to you want for your brother and sister what you want for yourself. Well, that's your view. Alhamdulillah, I respect your view. My view is this: if Rasulullah was the Nabiun to the Alameen, he was sent as a mercy to all the worlds. He was a prophet sent to the Alameen. Then that meant that everything wasn't going to be calling itself Muslim. So he was talking about everybody when he said that you're not a believer in God unless you want for your brother what you want for yourself. That meant all brothers. Because Hajj is about the whole omniverse encircling the oneness of Almighty God. And you call it by other names. Alhamdulillah, I'm not hung up about that. Well, this is law in the Quran. Well, okay, it is a law in the Quran. The Quran also tells you it's not possible that Quran could contain all the words of God. So if that were possible, it would be like pens and running seas of ink. It would be endless. This is what the Quran tells you, that it would be endless, the words of Allah. So all of Allah's word is not in Quran either. And all written word, as I have come to see it through the eyes of the saints of Islam, those carrying the inner legacy of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That legacy is one of inner qualities that explode within the human being, not making him less and weaker, but that make him like unto his creator. Ibn Arabi he called it Sheikh al-Akbar, the greatest sheikh, the greatest mystical sheikh. He wrote I don't have no notes. He wrote a mammoth treatise called the Meccan Revelation, and he wrote it by hand beside the Kaaba while he was fasting and praying. And it's so deep in mystical content that even though many scholars call him Sheikh al-Akbar, there are other fools that call him the greatest infidel sheikh. Yeah. But he's being studied by all these white theologians and scholars all over the world. He's been studied, even Arabic manuscripts and his writings. He said something that nobody ever said that we know of. Nobody ever said these words before. And people at different levels would understand these words. Who is a personal pronoun for Allah? He is translated as he, because that's how we deal with English. But it could be he, she, if you deal with English in another way. If Allah is whatever Allah is the totality of all things, and whatever you call it that. I call it sometimes. Sometimes I can't get my breath to call it anything because I'm caught up in weeping and I'm in tears because of the presence of God that I am experiencing in that moment. The more you experience that, the more you want to withdraw. And this is why Serigne Touba and all the saints were always running from people, because they wanted to be close to that intimacy with the Creator. They wanted to experience that, and people distracted them. People, places, and things distracted them, so they were always traveling. That's why there was many cities established in the name of Serigne Touba. You know, it's my job in the West to educate you as a Westerner to what Serigne Touba is. No Senegalese can do that. He is not equipped. He is not from this culture. He's too arrogant. He's too pompous. No, I speak the truth to you. You know what I loved about Serigne Afia, though he dressed in those garbs at special festivals, you'd walk up in his compound and you wouldn't even know him from one of the tally beats. He'd be sitting with his undershirt on and a pair of pants. He was a humble man. He didn't care nothing about that stuff. Though when he did put it on, Serigne Afia was the most beautiful man I ever saw when he was dressed in his African garb and his Mbaki garb. But he didn't care nothing about that stuff. And that's what I loved about him. When I first met Serigne Afia, my brother took me up and he said to me, he said, dude, can you point out which one is the sheikh? So there was this one brother sitting up on the porch, and the rest of the brothers were sitting like him with undershirt. They had some of them had on their jalabias. They was all laid back. Nobody was dressed like all fancy, looking like no sheikh. So the only thing that told me it was him was that I had to tune in to who was on the front porch in this chair for myself. And I pointed to him. I said, that's a sheikh right there. He said, yeah. He said, but you don't see him dressed no different than anybody else. You see how humble he is. I said, yes, I see it. I feel it. And I'm sorry, I didn't intend to say none of these things. I'm saying them because God is on me to say them. And I'll say what I have to say until he deems it's time for me to not say it. On the law, whatever that is okay with me. That's okay with me. If you give me another son before I leave, that's okay too, because I'm capable of that. Ain't nothing debated here. I'm like Moses. God has overshadowed me. I got some minor problems in teeth, yeah. I burnt them out from looking at the computer 24/7, all this radiation, and reading 4 and 5 books at a time when I didn't need to read jack. I'm sorry, he taught me to prepare for my sermons and khutbahs and things. But when he was hearing me over at the Universal Center, I wasn't reading from no notes. I figure like this: if God ain't great enough to know what He want to say through His vessel, then what you getting in the way with your shit for? That's you talking then. You got your outlines, you got this in back, and you got to have that. Some coming out the bathroom with the notes hanging out the back pocket. You know what I'm saying? You gonna speak for God. What the prophet say? The voice said, cry. He said, what shall I cry? See, all flesh is grass, and the goodness thereof is as a flower of the field. The grass withereth, and the flower fadeth, because the breath of the Lord bloweth upon it. Something like that. That's what the prophet Isaiah said. And he said in the 6th chapter, the voice said, who shall go for us? This is after God had burned him with the coals and the altar and purified him and prepared him and taken him through something. But in the end of that chapter, the 6th chapter of Isaiah, this great prophet of God, alayhi salam, Isaiah said, Yeshua said, the voice said, who shall go for us? And Isaiah replied back, here am I, O Lord, send me. Here am I, O Lord, send me. Brother Wali Asad, I was going to share a couple of poems, and some of them like to hear me read poems. I was going to read a poem to them. I can't never find my other pair of glasses. So, man, you know what, man, I'm in trouble. Man, but you know what I'm saying? Dip slipping and carrying on things. Now, I don't like these new glasses at all. I like the older ones better. Why do you see your cousin glasses anywhere?
I have to see my glasses.
Wow. I want to read a couple poems to people. This is a long video. This is a celebration of my birthday. 7 + 0 is 7. You can think me old if you want to. I'm serious. You can run up on a hoe. You know, it bullying that when I was little. You can run up on it. But see, your father was older than me. He taught me, man, don't be scared of nothing, to be a warrior. That's what he taught me, man. I was little. I was little than him. Yeah. But that was a poem, a couple poems. I want to read this poem for Breeze. I don't even know if she get to see this. I love me Cool Breeze. She's deep, she's brave, she's courageous, you know, and she's got such a purity about it, such an innocence, but yet such a knowing, such a wisdom. It's all wrapped up in her. Her innocence is not lost, and that's what I love about you. Yeah, she's doctor, she's all that to me. I got my master's, I respect that, but that's not what makes her great to me. I mean, that's what she went and did to say to some people. Now, you know, I got your credentials. You got to listen to what I got to say to your dumb ass. This is what she's saying. You know, Breeze knows she don't need that. And she don't really she don't come across as arrogant. That's what I love about Breeze. This is Cool Breezes from the West. The Warrior's Reflections on Sweet Angelic Harps. Now, you know, ain't none of this rehearsed, because, you know, I don't do no rehearsing about nothing. You know, I let the spirit do what it want to do, you know. You know. The music, I ain't supposed to be playing no drum. Not until my shit took all my fingers and blessed them that day. I didn't understand that. It was like a year, 2, 3 years, 4 years before I started playing the box drum, when I realized why my father took my hand and took my fingers that day. Didn't have to wear this glove. Cool Breezes from the West, the Warrior's Reflection. Sweet Angelic Harps. Dr. Amie Breeze Harper. Sometimes when traveling east through the hot, humid, torturous desert sand, no oasis of water can even be smelled near your mooring. The sun becomes burning hot. The desert sands, each and every single grain, burn your feet, and the luminous hot sun has singed your fingertips and your parched lips. The sky reflects no moon full away. All the bright shining stars seem to be falling and flying from the sky which surrounds you. And the earth moans and cries a solitary empty Buddhist singing, ringing bell song in your ears. This Tahata, this suchness. You endure because through this suchness, you must touch or cut through this abounding and astounding materialized shunyata. see, far or near, this hearing and seeing in your great solitary alone, just when you feel you cannot travel further along. Cool, fresh, strong breeze comes blowing from the west and chills and heals all of your tired, weary, torn, hurting, broken bone. That's what I think of your work, Breeze. I hope this video means something. I dedicate it to you, Dr. Breeze. I hear you dealing with the human spirit, period. The raising of the consciousness of the human spirit. I'm with home folks. My home folks don't went to sleep, and that's okay too. Maybe my home folks is tired. You don't want to sleep, that's okay too.
I'm good.
Nothing wrong with that. You home, baby. I mean, people don't understand that because they went to Harvard. They should never went to Harvard. It causes you to forget where you come from. When I go up there, I know how to talk to them too. We are gathered here today on this auspicious, spacious, gracious occasion to celebrate the homecoming of the Harvard Divinity School mystical poet we know as Ibrahim. I'm grateful for what I experienced at Harvard. Don't get me wrong. But I didn't grow up on Harvard. I grew up on 949 Udale Street, near Clifton Street. Okay, baby. This is a long video. This is my Nobody says to nobody. It's just, it might be my personal thing. You know, but if somebody does see it, I got a couple of disciples out there. They say they love me. They don't obey though. They love you shaking, you don't obey your bail. Look at what you said. Don't come to me with that. I speak the truth to you. How would you say such a thing and then not practice that? Who are you fooling yourself? You don't fool no nobody but you. Well, you have to discover on your own. Nobody ever loved you like a sheikh. Nobody will ever love you like a sheikh. That is the benediction that Creator uses to bless those that come to this understanding and this knowledge, that you come to your serene. You know, now what you looking for something on the outside, you got to know what is within your serene. It's got to resonate with you. You know, if you don't feel nothing pulling at you, don't feel nothing agitating you, that is not your serene. He's going to do that to you. His presence is going to do that to you. He's going to shift you. He's going to shake you. What is in him, not him, personal, not the ego, him. No. In his absence, his emptiness does that. That's why Serene Sally never wanted to come out for hours. He didn't come out. He come out to the people until he was in a state. And people sometimes want to video me. They want to snatch me up out. I'm not real. No. Don't come to me that way. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. I'm saying this is my station. This is who I am. I'm not going to be what you want me to be. I'm not coming with no machine guns, machetes. I'm not even going to. I see too many people carrying that dead. I see too many people using that. They end up dead. So, but that ain't what's protecting to me. Maybe it's you. I would sing a song, but my cousin is Johnny over here. And I've been with me, man, a couple of 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm very much.
No, I got to talk to him. So I'm gonna say goodbye to you and blows on you, and hope this video will mean something to Breeze and to somebody. I'm not in shake mode. I'm in artist mode, and whatever that is. Shake is everything to do. To me, it's the whole benediction. It's all that I've been blessed to be. And all of them put their blessings on me. On what you gonna do? Not Siyere me. You're not gonna Siyere this benediction. You're not a disciple of Serigne too, but you don't see her this benediction. You don't see her this benediction. You don't see her this benediction. You're not a disciple of Serigne too. Because you don't see his ring on nobody else's finger. I'm sorry. I'm not bragging in me. I'm bragging in Serigne too. I'm bragging in the grace of God. I'm bragging in the angels. I'm bragging in all that has blessed me to come to this point in this place in my life. And this could be my last day on this earth. I try to live my last day as though my last. I'm amazed to see the years that I see. And still see the youth that's in my face. And I still, you know what I'm saying? I'm amazed at all the miracles that I see in my life. And I ain't here to hate nobody. Nobody, man. I ain't got no enemies. You might have me, and that's your problem. Hey, I ain't got time for that. You need to do you. You have to find out who you are. Not what everybody wanted you to be or tried to make you be. And that don't mean you don't love them. How you not going to love them? They taught you how to tie your shoes and all that stuff. But that don't make them right about everything. So that knowledge is forever increasing, and we don't forever growing in terms of who you are. My cousin say you gotta go, and I don't, I'm blessed today. My cousin Wali Asad is about to see me on my birthday after my birthday.
Oh, okay. See, hey.
Yeah, just no. Shit, I don't know, man. I don't know, baby. People get blue dots and yellow dots and stuff. I got somebody spraying some paint in the neighborhood out there, landing on people. I thought maybe somebody had some dark guns, different color paints, they hitting people's mailboxes. I don't know, man. Some strange things going on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they keep talking about conspiracies and things, man. Somebody conspired to create us.
Always, man. There's always conspiracies.
Hey. But anyway, I thank God for you, man. You're great to me.
Yeah, all conspiracies are bad.
Yeah. Say that again?
All conspiracies are bad.
Aren't?
They
are not bad.
No.
I hope you get a chance.
We conspire to live in peace. We conspire to share and enrich one another's life. We conspire to do these things. That's how we do them collectively. So yeah, it's not all bad. You know, I think what's bad is the language. The language is bad. Poor, maybe. Too many words. Too many words to say one thing. You know, and if you use one of those words, then it's never gonna be good enough to say that one thing. You know, too many words. You know, some words are outdated, never used. Things change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Things change.
things change.
All things are forever changing, aren't they, brother?
Yeah,
Aren't they, brother?
always changing. Things change, but truth never change. Truth has always been what it's always been. It don't have to change. It's already perfect.
So all my friends, to all those that said happy birthday to me yesterday, and thank you so much. And I really mean that. I really mean that. You know, many people said happy birthday to me, and just to stop and to think about me. Don't take my other words as something I'm putting you down. No, I just point out the sum total of everything. You know, everybody's important to me.
Everybody matters.
Everybody matters. To me,
Everybody
it's not
matters.
just how can Black lives matter and everybody else's life don't
Everybody
matter.
matters.
That's right. Assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum, namaste, all the good things. I'll be more quiet later. I got my cousin, got me
All
excited.
things are relevant.
I'm excited. I'm excited because I know this is the day God created. I didn't call it. This happened. God made this happen today. Yeah. Look in your life. Be happy. Be happy about everything. And laugh at everything. It's all a joke. It's all in. Only what you do for somebody else is going to last. Jilly boo boo. I love you. Who's your two?